France dangers gridlock after Macron passed hung parliament. Paris President Emmanuel Macron faced requires his High Minister to surrender on Monday and doubt hung over his capacity to rule decisively after his camp misplaced its parliamentary majority. Macron's centrist grouping is underneath pressure to stable guide from opponents to salvage Macron's reform agenda after weekend elections added a hung parliament. If it fails, France should face a protracted spell of political paralysis. Macron will invite all political events able to shape a coalition within the new parliament for talks on Tuesday and Wednesday, a source close to Macron said on Monday. The lack of his ensemble alliance's absolute majority is a painful setback for Macron, who won a second time period just 2 months ago. French governments have lengthy trusted a lower house of parliament that shares their political line and largely rubber stamps proposals. We have to think about a new manner of functioning on an institutional degree, European Affairs Minister Clement Beaune, a near best friend of the French president, informed LCI-TV. Sunday's second-round vote left Ensemble as the largest birthday celebration, with a fledgling left-wing alliance in second location, the Fairite more potent than ever and the Conservatives as capability kingmakers. It's going to be complex, government spokeswoman Olivia Grégoire instructed France Inter Radio. We're going to be creative. Macron now needs either to form a wider coalition or receive a minority government that negotiates with warring parties on a bill-by-bill basis. His simplest consolation: the competition companies are themselves bitter rivals and in some instances riven via internal rifts. Such a fragmented parliament will in all likelihood bring about political deadlock, with a far slower reform schedule, said Philippe Goudin of Barclays Lawn, BARC. This will likely weaken France's role in Europe and endanger the U.S.'s financial function, that's already susceptible. Senior difficult left and some distance right figures demanded Prime Minister Elisabeth Borne resign after simply over a month in office. Grégoire said Macron might quickly reshuffle his government. What next? The extensive left-wing NUPES alliance of Jean-Luc Mélenchon and Marine Le Pen's Fairite promised to hound Macron and his management relentlessly in Parliament. One key question is whether Macron will attempt to strike a address the conservative Les Républicains (LR) or go down the minority authorities' direction. Les Républicains chief Christian Jacob stated the celebration could stay in competition. But while he described the stance as near unanimous, a few prominent participants have indicated the birthday celebration have to cooperate with the authorities and act as a kingmaker. Ensemble and the Conservatives have well-suited financial structures, which include support for a higher retirement age and nuclear power. Together, they might have an absolute majority. First tests some cracks emerged on the left. While Mélenchon stated Borne need to face a confidence vote, Socialist chief Olivier Faure, some other senior figure within the left-wing alliance, said calling for Borne's removal from workplace changed into no longer the bloc's not unusual role for now. If Macron fails to locate a settlement with the competition, the Euro region's 2D largest economic system faces political deadlock and feasible snap elections down the road. A first major check will be a cost of living bill, which Grégoire said the government will found in 8 days while the brand new parliament sits for the first time. Proposals on renewable electricity due later in the summertime will take a look at the left, that's divided over nuclear strength. Final figures showed Macron's centrist camp received 245 seats, well beneath the 289 wanted for an absolute majority, NUPES 131, the Fairite 89 and Les Républicains 61. Macron himself has yet to touch upon the election end result, and the opposition entreated him to interrupt his silence. While the weekend vote was a bitter setback for the 44-year-old president, whose victory in April made him the primary French president in a long time to steady a 2D term, monetary markets took the result in large part of their stride. The euro and shares confirmed little effect, whilst French bonds noticed some widening stress on Monday. The wish that a few foreign exchange traders positioned in Macron in 2017 evaporated some time returned, so that election victories or defeats do no longer play a main role for the euro trade rates anymore, Commerzbank ETR, CBKG analyst Ulrich Leukmann said in a note.